Hi there, this is Bruno from Spainguru.es, your portal and community for Spanish immigration. And today we're gonna talk about the Spanish non-lucrative visa renewal process. Many people today live in Spain with a non-lucrative visa. These are people who decide to come to Spain to reside but who do not have permission to work in the country, neither as an employee nor as a self-employed person. Like any other type of TIE, or tarjeta de identificación de extranjero, if you have a non-lucrative residency card and you are close to its expiration, you need to renew it to be able to stay in Spain legally. In this blog post, we give you all the details you need to renew the residency obtained through your Spanish non-lucrative visa or NLV. Non-lucrative visa regulations. The rules governing the granting of the non-lucrative visa permit as well as its renewal are the Organic Law 4 of year 2000 of 11 January and the Rights and Freedoms of Foreigners in Spain and their Social Integration, Articles 30 bis and 31, and the Regulation of Organic Law 4 of year 2000 approved by Royal Decree 557/2011 of 20 April, Articles 45 to 51. So, non-lucrative visa authorization. The non-lucrative visa authorization is a residency authorization that enables a foreign citizen outside of the EU, so a non-EU citizen, to live and reside in Spain without the need to develop a work activity for their livelihood in Spain. Requirements to renew the Spanish non-lucrative visa or NLV. The requirements to be able to renew it are not to be a citizen of a state of the European Union, or the European Economic Area, or Switzerland, or a family member of citizens of these countries, to which different rules apply, and the regime of citizen of the Union. Lack of criminal records in Spain, not to be prohibited from entering Spain, and not to appear as rejectable in the territory of countries with which Spain has signed an agreement in this regard. Be the holder of a non-lucrative visa permit in force or be within 90 calendar days after its expiration. Have the necessary financial means to cover the expenses of stay and return and, where appropriate, those of their relatives, in accordance with the following amounts. For its monthly support, 400% of the IPREM, which is, in this year 2022, about 2,316 euros. For the support of each of their relatives, 100% of the IPREM, that is in 2022 an amount of nearly 580 euros. Have a public or private health insurance arranged with an insurance company authorized to operate in Spain. You can check Spainguru's recommended private health insurances that comply with the NLV requirements. And last but not least, have schooled the minors in their care of compulsory schooling age during their stay in Spain. Documentation to renew the Spanish non-lucrative visa or NLV. The documentation that you must provide to the renewal of the non-lucrative visa is the following: application form in official form X01, 2 copies, duly complemented and signed by the applicant. Passport or travel document recognized as valid in Spain with a minimum validity of 1 year. Full copy, every page of valid passport or travel document. Documentation accrediting having means of livelihood for the period requested. To be able to prove that you have these economic means, you can use any document admitted by law, including real estate property titles, certified checks, and credit cards accompanied by a bank certification that proves the amount available as credit on the card. If the means come from shares or participations in Spanish mixed or foreign companies located in Spain, it must be certified that the applicant does not exercise any work activity, accompanying an affidavit in this regard. Documentation accrediting having medical insurance or health insurance certificate. In case of being in charge of minors of compulsory school age, a report must be issued by the competent authorities, regional or state, or the educational center. Where appropriate, the integration effort of the accredited foreigner will be assessed through the positive report of the autonomous community or comunidad autónoma of his place of residence. proof of payment of the fee 790, code 052, and last, any document contributed to the renewal of your non-lucrative visa and that comes from outside Spain. Said document must be apostilled or legalized where appropriate and translated. The translations must be done by a sworn translator authorized by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, European Union and Cooperation. Of course, Spainguru recommends sworn translators. You can find them on our website. When should I file for a non-lucrative visa renewal? As mentioned, once you are close to the expiration of your card, you must start with the renewal of it to be able to continue in Spain legally. These are the deadlines. Within 60 days prior to the expiration of your non-lucrative visa and within 90 days after the expiration of your non-lucrative visa. It is recommended that you renew the non-lucrative visa within 60 days prior to the expiration of the card. It is true that you can also renew it within 90 days after the expiration of the card, but in this case the immigration office could fine you for having let your residence card expire. The renewal can be done by yourself or your legal representative or voluntary representative. Where and how can I renew the non-lucrative visa? The renewal of the resident permit must be requested at the immigration office where you have registered address, the empadronamiento. There are currently several ways to renovate the non-lucrative visa. 1. By appointment at the immigration office itself. 2. Through any public register of subdelegation of government delegation. 3. Also through postal mail. And 4. Through electronic means. The best thing is that the renewal of the non-lucrative visa is done by electronic means. This way, part of the path by which the renewal is processed is already done. In this way, the renewal is presented directly in the immigration office without intermediaries and a file number is assigned without having to travel or request an appointment with all that this entails. This online processing can be done with your digital certificate or permanent password clave permanente. Once the immigration office is aware of your request, it has a 3-month legal period to process and respond to our request. If after this period you do not have any news of your request, it can be understood that it has been approved by administrative silence, silencio administrativo. How do I check the online status of my residency renewal application? This is a very common question in our platform and in our groups. So to check the status of your renewal application, you can go to the link that is here on the blog post. You can access your status with two ways. With Formulario, okay, in which you just have to fill with your NIE and the date you submitted the request and the year of your birth. Or if you have a clave, a sistema clave, okay, you can also input your clave PIN, okay. This system is really useful and that you probably, you will use it also for other actions with Hacienda or IRS or tax authorities. And to get the PIN, you need to first register either in person or online. After you register, you download the Clave PIN app and it should be quite straightforward. Yes, so basically you can download the app, but first you need to be registered in person to get a code with which unlock the Clave PIN app. Granting of a non-lucrative visa renewal. Once the renewal of the non-lucrative visa has been granted, it will be valid for 2 years. From the notification of the granting of the non-lucrative visa permit, you have 1 month to carry out the fingerprint procedure and request the issuance of your physical card. To be able to do this procedure, you need the following documentation: application for foreigners identity card in official model X17, proof of payment of the fee 790 code 012, 3 recent color photographs on a white background, passport size, granting of the non-lucrative visa, a valid passport, and a TIE, tarjeta de identificación de extranjero. Please keep in mind that all this information provided in this video is based on internet research and should not be considered legal advice. If you need to contact immigration or tax experts, among other services, go to spainguru.es where you will find a ton of information on immigration related topics and links to our recommended partners. Also, you can just also leave us your email here, so you will receive a weekly newsletter every Monday with a lot of information referring non-lucrative visa, referring to different topics, the most discussed topics in our communities, in our groups. And of course, I invite you to join our groups. For example, the most important one is this one, Spain Immigration and Residency Questions Spainguru, with nearly 16,000 members as of today, September 2022, where you can post your questions, you can post them anonymously, and of course a lot of members of our community will be happy to answer your questions. You can also join a specific group for non-lucrative visa, which has, as of today, more than 400 members. So a lot of people asking questions about renewals and applying for non-lucrative visas in different consulates. And if you're interested in the Spanish digital nomad visa, which still is not live yet, but if you want to be up to date with the news of Spanish digital nomad visa, you can join our group as well today. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of videos, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos to help us out, and hit the bell button to get notified every time that we upload a new video. Thank you very much. This is Bruno from Spainguru. Have a good day. Bye bye.